Okay, so that's working. There you are.
I think we can hear you now. Oh, yes, here we go.
Welcome, welcome.
Okay.
Beautiful. We're all connected. Wonderful.
Lovely, lovely.
Okay.
Great to connect with you. So first of all, breathing up and down your pillar, and we'll set up the energy.
Okay, perfect.
Good, good. Calling in the teams now, we ask for the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, the karmic board to merge deeply and fully with us now through all dimensions of our fields. We ask for our divine presences, our guides, our ascension councils to work in harmonious group consciousness together, so the highest of the highest of the highest will be shown here today, in our here and now. We ask for a temple of Mother Gaia grounding to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our fields. We ask for a temple of divine union to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our fields. And finally, calling on a divine presence, communion temple to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our fields. Feel how the teams and the temples are merging with your field, dropping you deeper into your inner world, connecting you more deeply with your spirit, raising your frequency a little more. And the reminder from your spirit and teams that you will hear everything in words, otherwise in energy, and you will receive all of that. And as you re-listen to the recordings, more layers will be unpeeled and revealed to you. Beautiful, thank you.
Lovely, lovely. So we received your intention for the session, whatever is in the highest. Would you like to share anything extra that is going on for you, or any questions at this time?
So I've just been really working on my feeling into being in my power. So I've been really working on setting better boundaries overall in my life, personal and work, and as well as just feeling better about myself. I feel like I think I was having a hard time of feeling like kind of boundaries in a way, like a negative in a way. That it was kind of like being unkind. So I feel like I was working the last few months on really letting go of a lot of beliefs and just doing a lot of inner work. And I feel like I've come to a better place of feeling into my power of that it's okay to place boundaries, and it's not a bad thing, that it's actually a good thing. Yeah. So that's like kind of like one of the biggest things that I've been working on.
Lovely. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so let's have a look at your scan, your field, and see where the team would like to begin today.
I think we've got the tiniest bit of feedback coming back. If you put your volume down 2 clicks, then that often solves it, because we can hear sort of us coming back to ourselves. So 2 clicks down, and I think you'd be perfect.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, that's already, it's a little there still. We'll see how we go.
Yes, here you go. Maybe one more click. If you can still hear us well, that should be good. Yeah, good. And we'll keep an eye on it. It'll be all good.
Yeah.
All right, so check in with the teams, yeah.
So breathing up and down your pillar. And as you do, opening and expanding your heart space from 6 to 12 feet to 24 feet to 48 feet in all directions from the center of your heart. So you'd be 96 feet in diameter across. Breathing up and down your pillar at this expanded state with your pillar wide open, with the diameter of 96 feet across. And it fills up automatically with your energetic signature, allowing your spirit to merge even more fully with you now. Feel that grounding into Mother Gaia's heart, that grounding into Galactic Heart. And they share you are ready to ground through Galactic Heart to Source at the base of your pillar, and to not try to figure out with the lower mind what this means, but just know that it's always source to source. it automatically connects like a cycle of life, toroidal energy. Does that make sense with the base of the pillar?
Yes.
Beautiful, great. Okay, so really allowing yourself to float in space now. That beautiful divine surrender that you have, just really opening the edges of the cells and photons and the pores of your energetic skin, opening up and melting as you do beautifully. Very nice. And Sanat, Venus Kumara, step forth. They work very closely with you in divine union and bringing through your spiritual power. And they want to say, yes, you have been asking and you are doing all of the right things. You are being all of the right things. You are feeling well. You are receiving well. And so it's a confirmation for you. You're doing beautifully, they share. You have such a natural ability to gently take over the physical reality with your divine presence. And this has been one of your strengths in the ascension process. You know, you're heading up towards the high 900s now, and it's a rare thing. It's a rare thing to be able to let go to that level and also do the 3D, to a certain extent, the 3D society life that you're quite capable of. And sometimes it can be confusing for some spiritual initiates, beings that are on the higher end of the scale. The lower mind sometimes cannot figure out, how can I be this high and still be feeling these different things on earth? And it just takes a moment for you to click into that truth where you give yourself permission, for example, with the boundaries. And it's just that click that allows for things to make sense. And so it's a little like your energy's ahead of you sometimes. And so your ascension consciousness level is there. You've got the light quotient held in your body, the divine light. You've got the love quotient held in your energy bodies. And it's a little like your lower mind catches up and says, oh, I get it now. That's why I'm at this level. And it's okay for me to truly choose what is in the highest for me. And that is what is in the highest for all around me. And so they really want to soothe any parts of your mind, any doubts, let them go, 100%, let them go. Always coming into that alignment of truth. I am this powerful spiritual being here in this human body, channeling this light into the world. And you are anchoring and serving the world by being who you are and by communicating clearly your loving boundaries, you know, from the perspective of your spirit, because this is in the highest for you. This is in the highest for all around you. And if there is a reaction or a response from people outside of you, the relationships you have, that is from their lower mind. They don't yet understand, and that's okay. You know this. Allow them their ignorance. It's okay. It's okay for them to not understand. It's okay for them to have, you know, little whispers of upset. Like children when they might want to do a certain thing and you say, well, I've been here on earth a little longer than you. It's better if you go this way than that way. And there's like, but I want to go this way. You can sort of see some of the humans that you interact with that get a little cranky with you when you put a boundary in place that works for you, and they believe it doesn't work for them, but they don't yet know that actually this is in the highest for all. And it's okay for them to be a little cranky, and you just you send them love, see them from your spirit high divine presence perspective, and let them be in their journey, let them be in their whatever it is they choose to be in that moment. And you're doing that very well, and this is a confirmation, they say.
Yeah, and the team wants to add to that. Sanat and Venus, Kumar, indeed, are here really, really, really guiding with you, always right next to you, always walking with you. And do you call them in very regularly?
I do.
Yeah, they just really they're really a team with you. They love working with you, and you have been doing exactly all the right things. They're saying the process you've moved through has been extremely guided, extremely empowered, and extremely the right timeline for you to walk upon. So that's amazing. They said with the work you've done over the last months, and they're showing a very interesting thing in your boundaries and your divine power, which are perfectly 100% in sync and connected. So that has been very divinely guided, that flow. And they're showing you've always been extremely good at your boundaries and having no energetic connections. Also, low starseed naivety level. You are very grounded. You're very aware of what's around you. There's no smoke and mirrors in your life. You can see it. You can feel it. You know where things are, how the world is with you and how you are with the world. And energetic cords, negative pillar connections, those have not been things that have been draining your energy because of your awareness and your power and your strength you've already had. There's an interesting thing that Sanat and Venus are showing now with your boundaries, so to speak, and of your energy field, multidimensional field, that depending on the situation, you are manifesting and creating to be soft and approachable to the world. However, it's like you can visualize it as well as they say it, flexible boundaries. So when there's situations that need a bit more of a firm boundary, like hold on there, then it's like for a moment, either the divine masculine within the feminine energy steps forth, or the divine masculine steps forth and says, hold, not any further, or the divine child even at times gets in there and says, no. And it's very interesting to watch that happening. It's a dance of the divine masculine, divine feminine, and divine child, where you're still very soft and lovable and approachable. However, when the circumstances call for it, because there's energy directed at you, there's thoughts coming at you, or emotions or behavior isn't appropriate, immediately you can shift between the roles. And it's like the divine union Sanat is showing within the divine masculine, the divine union within the divine feminine, because you can imagine the divine feminine can be soft and loving and nurturing, but also powerful and strong. And, you can feel the way through the spectrum in the divine feminine. Same in the divine masculine, it can be, soft and nurturing and open, and also very firm and tough. And the same is mirrored within the divine child. So it's a beautiful energy that's happening there. And it's like, you don't even need to think about it. That's automatically put into your system, that your response to your manifested world, because remember, you're manifesting each and everything that's coming in your world. You are the creator of those timelines. You're the chooser of those timelines. You are getting what you're projecting of other people. So you're co-creating with others, but you get the parts of them that you're manifesting at, so to speak. So if you're vibing high positive thoughts, you get the better versions of people in your world, meaning you get more flowing higher timelines. That makes sense to you, does it?
Yeah, I feel like that's exactly like what's been happening with regards to like all the work I've been doing. So
absolutely. And so you can imagine that when you're either visualizing or you're putting out good vibes, or whatever way works for you. There's so many different ways, but you are manifesting those higher timelines. So you are co-creating with others. You just get the highest bandwidth of them.
Yeah.
So that's what's changing in your world. So you're recognizing you are the sole creator of your world. And so that's with these boundaries as well. They respond immediately to the different situations, and of course there's going to be situations which help you in your initiations and help you to think about, this is the direction I do want to go. This is the direction I don't want to go. So it's very normal to still have that. It doesn't always have to be, and is not going to be 100% bliss and this and that, because then you can still tweak, those things help you to tweak and move your timelines and your manifestations and refine. So that's all very normal and to be expected. And just back to those boundaries, it's a very interesting mechanism that you are creating and have created, where the boundaries are kind of taking care of themselves, where your natural ability to not have connections drawn to you, and your very sharp ability to see the world and see the undercurrents of what's happening with things, places you in this position that these boundaries, these sort of dynamic boundaries, so to speak, are very beautiful. So you're still soft and approachable most of the time, but you're very clear when things don't work, and you don't even need to think about it. It just happens. And sometimes it's your divine child that steps forward, and other times your divine masculine, the feminine of your divine masculine, so to speak. And in the end, it all becomes one. It becomes you, because it all is you. So Sanat and Venus really wanted to share that with you, that they're very happy and they're very excited about the direction that you're manifesting in, and direction that you're also, putting in the work to transform your frequency, reaching higher and higher timelines, and ability then to ground more and more of your mission.
Beautiful, beautiful. The last session, Tina, we spoke about the Rainbow Bridge Elevator meditation from the Divine Light Academy, the raising out of the matrix. I believe you connected with that energy quite well, and you really lifted yourself in timelines.
Yes.
So they're saying you're really mastering that, and you've evolved quite powerfully through that, and they would like to share with you that you're now at a range, you're sitting at level 10 on the Rainbow Bridge elevator right now, and to go to, you can spend most of your time at level 54, and you can bounce between, for example, when you're out and about, level 35, and then up to 54. So that can be a new practice you can play with, and raise in timelines to that absolute highest timeline. Can you feel the energy there?
Yeah, I can. I love that.
Yes. Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it? And Sanat and Venus are very happy for you to hear this. And so it's kind of like you get higher and higher and higher in the atmosphere, and you can have this beautiful, beautiful perspective. And you just they're showing you pinging the strings of the harp of life, and you just get this pristine, you've always had such a pristine energetic field, and now you can play the pristine energetic field of your life, and you just ping a string, and it just plays the music that you want to play. It plays the life that you want to play. And so at this level, so let's raise you up there now. Raise up to level 54 on your Rainbow Bridge elevator, to level 54. And this will continue to expand for you, they share. Okay. And so just keep receiving. When it's time, you'll feel a little bit of a shift of, I feel a bit of a ceiling with 54. It's time for me to move to the next level. And that will happen naturally. So place this into your energy work that you're doing very well. And so at this higher perspective now, just checking in, you're fully there. What is it? What is the music you want to play? What is it? Where do you want more freedom in your life? What is it you want? What do you want to play out in your life? What is your heart singing for?
I feel like mostly just kind of peace right now.
Yeah.
And just tranquility, really.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And Sanat is just adding, he says, this, but it really helps with your deeper understanding that this raising up to this level 54, it is you manifesting these higher timelines. They are exactly the same thing. They're just different words, because that's what it is. You're manifesting at higher timelines as you do this. And as you know, more miracles, more magic is available at the higher timelines. And so things just flow more and more and more at higher levels, and your manifestation abilities go up and up and up. And yes, there'll always be moments of correction where you tweak and move and learn and grow, and that's all part of the journey. At these higher levels, you're going to be seeing and expecting more of this magic, and that will become naturally part of your inherent vibration as well. So you'll actually live life expecting that, which creates more of it. So it's a very perpetual motion that you can continue to evolve through and beyond.
So they're just showing the left side of your field right now. And there's just some realignments needed. It's a little like the energy, the way that it's moving through your field on that left side. It's busier than the right side, and it's also sort of like it's moving on its own. It's a little just slightly energetically separated from the rest of your field. And so what they're sharing, and the Andromedans step forward, Syrians, Arcturians, and they're sharing with a smile. They're going to assist in singing your field back into harmony and alignment. And this is a refinement of your beautiful field. And so you've been playing your life a little sort of sitting in the left side of your field, the feminine side, really pushing for that energy, which is very understandable. And really, you know, this also applies a little bit to, you know, exploring how you want to do your boundaries. And so there's been a bit of push and pull here to make that happen. And now you can really sit in the pocket with it and relax into it, they're sharing. And so the team is now really energetically transmitting beautiful frequencies to you, and you may feel it coming in, and they're standing around you in different geometric shapes. And for example, the Syrians are sort of in a triangle around you. The Andromedans are more in an octahedron around you. Let's have a look. The Arcturians are sort of everywhere, actually. There are sort of many different directions, sort of like a star Merkaba. So just allow yourself to be in that floating, expansive state, receiving, open, soft, powerful, merging with all that is. And it's a movement of, they're showing it like a spiral, like how you would see a spring. They're actually seeing sort of, it's interesting. It's a little like your pillar energy has been running down through your solstice chakra above your head, down through your crown, through your throat, and then sort of more down your left side. And that's where you've been pouring your power, because it's where you've had a little more ability to pour it. And so this is going to assist with your divine union, and also more efficiency in your grounding of your power, because you know you're going through the divine power initiation as well at the moment, and you're doing that beautifully. And so this is just a little refinement, or you may feel a big difference with this actually, where it just sits well. And so what they're going to be doing is just opening up this spring looking like spiral energy that moves down your left side, and they're going to expand it and then move it to the center. So just continue breathing up and down your pillar at the expanded state. And they share as well, in your normal daily life, you can stay at sort of 24 feet out from your heart space in all directions. That can be your new status quo of your expanded state. And be guided when you're out and about, and to, you know, shift your field a little, you know, maybe down to 6 or 12 when you feel to. And so breathing up and down your pillar, and they're already expanding that out with your intention as well, expanding so that this spiral energy is becoming sort of expanding to the right side, and now they're singing it into place. They are allowing it to gently kind of fall back into the central line here. And they share this is about that feeling of alignment, that you're wanting that peace. and that all is in divine order, that this needed to happen. That energy down your left side has actually strengthened your divine feminine side, which is, excuse me, this is how it is for me. Interacting with me, these are the boundaries that I have. And so it was all perfect that this energy really focusedly, powerfully ran down your left side, your feminine side. And so it may have felt quite disturbing and strange at different times, and that's why the calling out for peace and tranquility. And so this centeredness will come back into your field. And when these moments of intense pull and tension and contrast and constriction happen, that assists you to expand to that next level and then sit back into that comfort of the new expanded state that you've created. And so the spiral of energy is starting to really hum in that central space, in that expanded space. And now they're assisting in infinity flows from the outer edges of the spiral, and the infinities are moving through the center and aligning that divine union through all your chakras, through your multidimensional energy bodies, your field, all the way down to Mother Earth's heart, up and down your pillar, especially through the central area of your energy bodies. Sanat and Venus begin to place dispensations, blessings on each of your chakras to stabilize this centeredness, this stability. It's like a renewal of each of the crystals at the core of your 12 primary chakras. And they're more than crystal clear, they glow. There's like a metallic magnetism, a reflection of all the good in the world, reflecting out from you to the world. So you witness the world from this divine high perspective, and the world witnesses you as this divine being of true light. And they share, you may play your harp of life, you may dance through life, you may feel the urges of the divine feminine, the support and focus of the divine masculine, and the inspiration of the divine child in your life, and it will come naturally, more and more naturally to you. And you may at times take a breath and look around you and be in such wonder at the magic of your life, the divinity of your life, the happenings, the grace, the blessings in every direction that you witness, the sparkles and gems that come on your path, that lift your heart and therefore others' hearts. And naturally, this extraordinary divine union power that you are anchoring on earth affects all beings on earth. By being the truth of who you are anchoring that frequency on earth. You are being your mission, you are doing your mission, and it is activating a frequency on earth that has never been here before. It is your energetic signature to the highest level that you've ever brought it to this planet. And that is your gift, to truly be who you are, to sit in that divine pocket and sing your song, play the music that is you, and allow it to roll out however it is that your heart shows you, what your divine child is inspired to, what your spirit calls you to. Feel the music on the breeze they share and follow that. That is the truth of who you are. Be that divine child. Feel the power through the divine child. You are very connected to this energy, and Sanat and Venus share. You may listen to it. You may follow that. That is the joy of your mission. By following that divine music that is on the breeze, follow that. Allow the logic to melt away. You will have witnessed that with the divine children, that they don't hold the logic. They just see the divinity in all and flow with life in that way. And this is the gift that you also have, to flow in that way and to fully remember this part in yourself, to fully remember the inspiration, the natural inspiration that you be, the vibration of your cells when you are in this energetic field. There is magic that ripples out from your field and blesses not only the people you interact with, all beings on earth in some form or another feel that vibration, and they can connect with it if they choose. It is pure divinity on earth. That is who you are. Pure divinity on earth, and they would like you to breathe this in and acknowledge the truth of this and ground and remember who you truly are in this moment. This is who you are. You are pure divinity, every cell and photon. There is no good and no bad. There is only divinity in you. Even those moments of tension or pull, that is divinity. And you flow with ebbs, ups and down. Allow it. See the divinity in all of it. Beautiful.
That's a beautiful frequency. So the next process the team would like to take you through is held by your Ascension Council and all the teams working with you, guided by the Orion emissaries. They step forth and they take your awareness and attention to 144 dimensions out, which is wider out in your field. And there's a layer there in your field that is a final, thicker protective layer that you've had to your multidimensionality. And we've seen you move through that over the years. And this is time now, with your permission, for a layer, and you could see it as a circular layer at 144 dimensions out. That is an old protective layer that has gotten thinner and thinner, but it's still there, and it's sort of one of the last remnants of protection to your multidimensional nature. So the Orion emissaries in your team ask you, are you comfortable for them to take you through a process to dissolve that now?
Yes.
Wonderful. And in fact, it's very mirror matching to the process you've been working on with Sonata and Venus, with your beliefs and your boundaries in other ways. So you can see how they're all connected. And because you've been doing that work, this reflective now at that 144 dimensional level can now be transformed as well. And the effect it'll have is you being able to connect to even more of your multidimensional self, to more of your soul extensions, easier access to the teams, where before you had boundaried it, but boundaried it more from a protective space rather than an empowered boundary, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
And it has absolutely served you, they're saying. And now, due to the actions you have taken, the frequency you have achieved in your body and in your multidimensional field, is time to dissolve this layer. So you can watch it, feel it, etc. Sit back and receive, and the Orion emissaries will guide us through a process.
Okay.
Again, they want to share that this layer is already at 25% of what it once was. It was 4 times thicker, so to speak, and you've already allowed a lot of dissolving of it. It's also become clearer. Before it was perhaps totally, obscured, so you didn't want to have too much to do with that beyond that comfort zone of the 144 dimensions, which is a comfort zone that you would set for yourself. And it was already see-through in certain areas, but now it is time to simply dissolve it and allow access to all of who you are. And Sanatan Venus shares, well, this will be done in a very safe way. It will not be overwhelming for you. For you have spent a lot of time outside of this boundary circle. You've already spent a lot of time there in meditation. It is not a new area for you. What will be new is that it will continually be open. It will continually be accessible. It is kind of like having the windows. You've experienced the wind out and about, but now you're opening the windows to your house and the breeze can just come through and you can experience it in your house as well. Does that analogy make sense?
Yes.
Beautiful. So it's that. So it's not going to be this intense shift that you need to move through. It's going to be more an appreciation of your multidimensional nature, because with that comes more access to soul extensions. With that comes more access to the soul extensions and moving them all into the active category, and from the no connection and passive connection to the active connections. And then you have more access to their gifts. Part of that is some multidimensional healing and wounds as you move through that, so they can all become part of the team that they are anyway. They're all you. They're all the same unique energetic signature. Okay, and that being said, the Orion emissaries start focusing on this sphere. It's represented as a sphere now, and they're going to start dissolving this now. And your teams are all holding space for this. And as a learning element, Venus Kumara shares, see how you can feel this dissolving happening in your field and what you witness in what parts of your energy bodies. So just sit in that pocket, almost like the Buddha in lotus position, taking it all in. Okay, the Orion emissaries initiate this process of dissolving now. The energies being used for the dissolving process are sonic type waves in different frequency spectrums. It's mostly a pretty gentle process. In some areas of your field, though, there's quite a really tough, hard layer to be dissolved, and that's where they're going to spend a little bit more time. So just witness how it is for you. It's an interesting exercise for you.
Okay.
And see if you can pick up anything like colors or energy fields, or maybe even emotions moving through you, or certain storylines, or you may be connected to certain realms that open up all of a sudden, stuff like that. So just kind of be open to that. It's interesting.
It's they're showing a little like a cocoon opening as well as it dissolves. You'll feel the expanded multidimensional nature as you are able to reach out further and further more freely.
And you'll also witness that of your soul extensions, certain ones will immediately step forth, for that is part of the next phase of your journey. Particularly next 3 to 6 months, you'll be doing quite a lot of soul extension work to the level that you choose it, but it will be available for you and it will present itself in your world.
With grace.
With grace and ease and excitement as well, for new gifts will come with that. Yes, healing, but also a lot of new gifts.
Okay.
And you'll still be able to maintain your peaceful existence. And that smiled.
There'll be new insights of interests in the activities. There'll be different directions. You'll feel communication from your team more freely, more openly. The inspiration to do certain things, to be certain ways, to interact will be very clear for you.
And what's very interesting as well, they were just showing me in your Starseed Connections reading that your active connections are 144, which is the level they're working at dimensionally. That's very interesting. And then you've got, you know, your passive connections, 22 sitting there, and then 12 no connections. So those are the 34 soul extensions that will start presenting themselves over the period to come.
Okay.
And you can have whatever active role you feel guided. You know, you may yourself need to reach out to the no connection ones, or one of them may step forth. Allow that to unfold naturally. And then eventually all of your connections over time will be in that active connections category.
And that can take years. That's
absolutely, there's no rush
very
on that. It's a very natural evolution process, and there's no need to rush it or anything. You just move through it as guided. Okay, Orion Emissary Share, you may feel a bit of a humming energy. There's also the sound is involved in this. The light frequencies are involved in this dissolving. You may feel pulses of energy moving through different parts of your field.
There's also some segments in the lower part of the sphere that were sort of holding it in place from the outside. Those have been moved back, like compartments that were holding it in place. And so that's being sort of flowed outward to create more space and dissolved as well. Quite a structure.
About 55% complete. It's quite an interesting process.
Mm-hmm.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, what are you witnessing within your field?
So I have like my ears, it's kind of like both ears are like pulsing.
Yep.
I've also been seeing green, purple, and red, and I don't really usually see red that often, so that's kind of and a little bit of like kind of like not yellow, but more of like a goldish color.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful.
And I also feel like where my third eye is, it just feels like an eye showed up, and it's just like opening up more and more.
Beautiful.
It's wonderful. And that grounding energy is that really that the base chakra, the red, and that was that sort of structure in the lower parts of the dimensions in the base of the sphere. As that moved and opened up, it's like all of a sudden more energy came in from the universe into your field, and you can ground the gifts more fully and feel that stability while reaching out. They're sharing, and that's when they showed you sort of like this this divine goddess with your arms just straight up into the air and just reaching, whereas in the past we've seen you sort of really wanting to stay in a more, really a bit of a cocoon of your peaceful earthly kind of spirituality, and now your galactic nature is reaching out with joy and celebration, and there's just all this fresh, you know, universal air coming in, and you'll be able to feel, and here they are again with music, that you'll be able to feel the music of the universe just singing to you, and you'll be able to hear the communication, and that's the buzz in the ears, and you'll be able to see what your team is guiding you to, what your spirit is saying, this way, and there'll be so much joy in the receiving, and just the constant walking life on earth with spirit pulsing through you, showing you the way, and you walking those steps, and it will be such a deep satisfaction to witness your galactic nature playing out in your daily life, and your galactic loved ones, your family of light, assisting you with joy. They are so overjoyed to be working with you, and for you to be laying out out this beautiful life, and to be sensing, you know, from all of your senses, your galactic nature. And so there's just streams of frequency coming in from every direction, and it's just right for you, so you won't be overwhelmed. But it's an exhilarating, peaceful, divine flowing frequency, and you can at any time say, okay guys, slow it down, or okay guys, you can open it up, flood it in. So in sacred space you can just be filled and really feel that vitality fill you up, and at other times you can say, okay, I just want some quiet, soft stillness. And so you can really play with this. It's 100% your choice, because that feeling you get is guided by your heart. And so trust that the feelings of, oh, I want a bit more peace. Trust that, oh, I want a bit more excitement and adventure in my life. I want a little bit more playfulness. I want a little bit more freshness. Or, okay, I'm ready for a bit more quiet. Oh, that's yummy. Oh, and I'm ready for a bit more playfulness. Really allow yourself that flow, because there's going to be a lot of information coming available to you with this, the pathways that are open, the timelines that are freeing up, the stream of frequency. It's very exciting, very exciting.
Yeah, and potential timelines as well as you move past the 1,000 in your ascension consciousness, is that these soul extensions that you're getting more active connections with, some of them may literally merge with your field. And what that means is it's kind of like a
upgrade.
Yeah, it's like an upgrade. They walk more permanently with you in that connection. And so obviously they're soul extensions and they're doing their lives as well, but they connect with you more deeply. So it's kind of like you plugged into each other, and then you have full access to their gifts. They have access to your gifts. It's very exciting. And it's kind of like you become more and more of who you are in this life on Earth. So that's a very exciting process for you. Now with your clairvoyance, Sanat wants to ask, how does it generally present itself? So for instance, when you do a guided meditation, do you see what is being shared? Do you see it ahead of what is being shared? Let's say we enter into a certain temple on Venus. What happens to you? Do you feel it? Do you see the colors? Do you witness everything that's being described? Or what is your version currently of that?
I've mostly always seen colors.
Yeah.
I do sometimes get images, but not always. I feel like I get more of like thoughts. So then I kind of know what is presenting itself in a way.
Beautiful. Yeah. So more knowing type feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
well, Sanat says expect over the coming period for more of your clairvoyance, which is really that inner seeing to open up in different ways.
Already is, yeah.
Yeah, it's already opening up more with this boundary moving on, and your more connection to the soul extensions. More of that will start to show up, and other clair senses as well, and other abilities or interests as well. Because as these soul extensions connect with you, all of a sudden you open up interests that you didn't know you had. You might be very interested in certain musical instruments. All
yeah,
of a sudden,
I was just going to say.
Or all of a sudden you just want to draw, or I don't know why, but you're very drawn to the pastel colors and you just want to paint. Just allow this stuff to move through you, and all of a sudden you want to write this mini book for kids, or all of a sudden you want to do this or that, or you want to dance somewhere. Just allow that to move through, because this is more of your multidimensional nature showing itself to you, because you're so much bigger than who you think you are in this world. And you know that, but now you're going to experience it more to the next level and live it.
Yeah, that's really...
Yeah, beautiful.
I used to love to like paint and everything when I was a lot younger. And the last days I've been thinking, I'm like, you know, I really should get back to doing that. It was just so much. My favorite colors in general are like pastel colors too.
Aww,
beautiful. Yeah, the team's showing it all very clearly. It's
go play, go play.
Have lots of fun with it. And even if you just do it once and then you're kind of bored with it again, and then you do it the next month again, just really allow it to be like that. It doesn't have to be when you engage in something, then you have to stick with it, and just really follow the feels of it. Even if it's just one thing that you just do one canvas or one wall, and then you're kind of like, oh, okay, that'll do me for now. And then next month you just really get into it again, and then all of a sudden you want to do some sounding, or you want to learn to play the harp, or all of a sudden you're very interested in the pan flute, and you don't know why, but you're just going to have a couple of swings at it, and then it turns out to be something you love doing. Whatever it is, just allow that to morph through. So you'll be changing and evolving. So the core of you will remain very similar, but you'll be adding on areas to you, like downloads, and that's literally those soul extension connections.
Things that maybe you hadn't even thought that you might be good at, or that you have questioned. Explore these.
And also what can happen is the people in your life that you're close to, all of a sudden there'll be an interest in parts of them, in parts of their life, parts of their energetic field that changes. So all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's so interesting that that's happening. And then they start to show a different part of themselves too, because they respond to your changing energetics. And it's an exciting thing. It's an expansive journey. So all of a sudden you might like discover your joint love for permaculture gardening. Things like that all of a sudden like start to, you know, flower and start to sprout and unfold. Things just allow that journey, because it's an exciting journey of expansion. All right, so that's complete. The Orion Observers are just sealing that up now. Okay. And they're very happy that you made this choice, and they're very happy with this expansion, because they do share there is indeed at least one soul extension in that group of 34 that is connected to Orion. So you'll get to connect more deeply with that one.
So there's a sacred geometric shape that is around your entire brow chakra, about a foot out in every direction, and it's spinning in all types of directions. And they're slowing it down and bringing it into focus, where they share this is a gift that has activated, and the Syrians are a part of this, so you can call them in when you want to use this so-called tool in your field. And they're showing it like you would see like a lighthouse, or a ball type light on top of a tower, or something that's controllable, that can pretty much go in all directions. And they say when you want to shine the light on something, when you want extra clarity on something, you can utilize this. When you want to project forward something that you're wanting to create, you can do that also, and literally place a seed in the future with this light. And so you can go in every single direction. You can go even sort of send this light behind you to just check in for a moment with a certain moment that you need understanding on, not to sit in the past or stories or anything like that, but a quick insight. And so it's quite a gift, this one. And so you can activate this, you can call this, you name it whatever you like, but you could call it the Syrian spotlight or laser, to be able to light up the path, place seeds towards the future. You can witness more clarity in many areas in life. And let's see what else I've got there. And at other times you can open up the light. And so it's got many facets to it. It could be a dodecahedron, I believe. And each facet can be opened up like blinds of a window, and so you can use it as this like spotlight laser focus on things. Or when you're in meditation and you just really just want to feel clarity in every part of your field, just open it up and you can expand it out to 6 feet or more around you, and just sit in clarity, the divinity of clarity, the feeling of pure focus, the feeling of light. And so you can activate the Syrian light, the Syrian Merkaba of focus, of clarity, and open it up around you and just sit in pure light. And then you can bring it back into your brow chakra, And then at different times when you want clarity, activate it to about 1 foot in all directions. Find that focus that you're wanting to project in any direction and get that laser focus, and then allow it to dissolve once again into your brow chakra. So it's expanding to 1 foot for laser and to 6 feet or more for when you're wanting to just sit in the frequency of clarity where you just like to receive clarity. So that's already one of the new gifts that you have anchored through your field.
Okay.
This is the type of regular gifts you can receive from here on out, from the galactic field through your multidimensional field. Now that 144th dimensional protective layer has been dissolved, you can constantly receive new gifts where you find yourself, clairvoyantly seeing. Your seer body can activate more fully, where you witness yourself moving through when you're in meditation, moving through the wormholes, moving through portals really clearly, being led by your team. For example, Venus and Sanat call on you when you sit in meditation and you say, what is in the highest for me in this moment? They say, hey, come with us, and they take you on a bit of an astral travel trip, and you get to go to Antares and sit in a temple space there and just receive absolute pure divine light, divine love, and meet with your loved ones there. And I can feel that there are many there for you. So that's already a trip that you have been invited to do in your own time. That type of thing is abundantly open to you. You will find that the connection to your cosmic cousins and to the family of light in general is just going to be so much clearer for you and more potent and very and deeply fulfilling. So enjoy that. That is very nice.
Yeah, so the Antares invitation is connected to one of the passive connections.
Yes.
And the Orions, again, gently hint at they would also like for you to do a little session with the Orion soul extension, at least one. And that particular one they're referring to is in the no connections category. So however that unfolds, it might just be simply an invitation for that one to step forth a little bit more, or for you actually putting a bridge out so they can move more into the passive connection. It's kind of like becoming aware of each other, if that makes sense. It's kind of like no connection means you're not aware of each other. And so that the Orion emissaries will assist in, bridging that gap. And that could be like you simply put out the clarion call to that one and make a bridge, and then in 3 months the connection will start. Immediately the connection will move from no connection to active connection. So allow whatever journey that will be. But so those 2 invitations have already been placed, and while we're at it, the Syrians would like to place an invitation as well. So you've already got 3 invitations there for further unfoldment.
Obviously, the Andromedans and Arcturians want in as well.
Everybody wants in.
So just really start to do a little more journeying in that way, and meeting up with the family of light that you're very connected with, and even the ones that you haven't been connected with for a while, your soul extensions. And this can also relate to doing some more divine decree work to activate these ones. And it doesn't need to be work, make it light, because that's where you're at now. You divine can make everything. Play. Yeah, divine decree grace, divine decree alignment, divine decree playful flow and joy. They really want you to anchor the frequency of joy in all areas of your life. Find the joy in everything, even the dishes, even just those things that you're like, all right, I'll do that boring little activity or routine now. Just find what area of it do you appreciate? What area of, I really love how this, brings this to our life. And you're very good at this, they say, so you can do this in every area, and you'll just feel that flow into that higher timeline, into that, 54th level of your Rainbow Bridge elevator. You'll you can experience being on high more and more and more and more of the time. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us before we seal up the session?
I'm good. I'm complete. Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. So you can also sit at that 24 feet, as they shared earlier. and enjoy feeling that expanded state and anchored into source as well. So practice your pillar all the way to source if you weren't already doing that. And just checking the alignment there. Stability, just with all of this extra work, just because your pillar is 100% has been 100% connected to, you know, up and down. Now the saturation may shift a little bit, so because there's so much expansion, just do extra pillar work again. So it's like a reset moment of more expansion, more pillar work.
Filling in the width.
Filling in the width and the saturation and the stability and strength. It's all there. It's just the team would like you to be more conscious like you were in the initial phases of your pillar.
And there's a lot of exciting, peaceful, joyous expansion that awaits you over the next period, which is very exciting. All right, we ask for all this energy work to be sealed and to integrate with the grace, ease, divine love, divine light, divine power. We send all this energy work down to the core of Gaia and to galactic core and down to source, accessible for all souls who are ready. We thank the teams. We thank our spirits, Mother Gaia, the temples. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So be it. So be it. So be it is done. A couple of deep breaths up and down your pillar. And the Orions say to allow around 72 hours for the integration of these processes that you've moved through in this session. And again, re-listen to this session as often as guided, and you will every single time get little surprises or little things that draw your attention, and that will help you move forward as well. And Venus and Sanat continue to walk very, very closely with you on a daily basis, all the time, they say. And once again, always checking in with your own truth with each of these areas so that you ground it as your truth. Does this sit in perfect alignment with me? Yes, or maybe later. All right, so much love. And it's been wonderful once again to connect with you as always.
Thank you so much.
Lots of love. So welcome. Bye.